Hey everybody, this is Inarra Ariane Griffin, and it's almost spring. And I'm reminding you of that because I've had some powerful conversations with entrepreneurs recently where we're stepping into the spring planting season and they're launching and they're trying to get it off the ground and they're experiencing the same old scarcity, shrinkage, worry, not sure how they're going to find the money to do anything, not sure how they're going to have the energy because they're so frustrated with the process. And I want to give you a little analogy which is deeply profound and has helped me so often on my entrepreneurial journey. I've launched so many businesses, and the beginning is not actually the most difficult bit. When you actually choose to launch an idea and you're excited by it, that excitement will get something going and off the ground. But when you've invested money into it and when it starts to become quite a hard commitment, hard as in solid, as in earth, you've paid for the thing and you're believing in it and you're having to represent it and you're having to have conversations about it, then I think the hardest part is not the beginning bit. It's a phase where you've actually done a lot of work and you want to see rewards. And what happens with the planting season, I want to give you a little story because I was telling a client this morning, and even when I hear it, it is so uplifting. So there is a 6-year-old child with an old gardener. The old gardener, grandpa, is teaching the child how to plant. And the 6-year-old is like, yay, we're planting a seed, and so excited by the process. And so the old gardener slowly digs a hole. They find the perfect patch of ground, and the old gardener slowly digs a hole. Because he's the old gardener and because he's planted so many seeds, he knows exactly where to plant them, and he knows that it's going to be a process that takes time. So he helps the child dig the hole and then puts the seed in the child's hand, and the child gets really excited, like actually sees the thing that they're planting. That's a little bit like where you are when you've already got the idea and you're sending it out into the world. And then the old gardener puts it in the ground, helps the child. They both put the soil on top, they pat it down. Then the old gardener goes and hands the watering can to the child, and the child waters. And then he says, we've got to wait for some sun, and the clouds clear and a big beam of sunlight comes down on this perfect patch of ground. And the child is looking like sunlight, and then sees nothing happening. And the old gardener, who is so used to this process, so used to there being a period of time when it's all about the trust. This is where many of you go off the rails and experience exhaustion, deep frustration, irritation. It could rhyme, be a reggae song, in the nation, and you basically want to throw in the towel because you've had enough. And this is the bit that I really want to remind you. We're in planting season. Many of you will have launched in January, sending your new ideas off into the world. And then there's a period where you cannot see the results of your work. There's no evidence for it. Just like the child who's 6 and wants to see the seed coming up through the ground, cannot understand that the seed is actually growing downwards, is actually creating roots at this time, and that everything will happen in due course, and that it's perfect timing. And the energy is all about trust. And this, in a way, if you can get into that energy of it, of once you let the thing go, once you've planted, once you've done everything you can, there has to be a period of trust. Most of the people I'm speaking to right now, some of my clients, and I have been there so many times, where it's just like, oh my God, give me a sign. You know, oh my goddess, give me a sign. Great Spirit, give me a sign. Anything, the universe, show me that something is working. And this is the period when you really need to handle your energetics. And I talk about aligned energetics. The older gardener, of course, is the one who's done it time and time again. And he can walk away from the patch of earth, leave it, know that everything is happening perfectly. And in a way, that's what you're being asked to do. It's not doing nothing, but what it is the energetic has got to go back to belief. Belief in yourself, belief in the process. And what I've been, experiencing with a lot of entrepreneurs is that that's the bit where they just want to, give up. And their energy is actually so shut down. It's so on a scarcity mindset, like nothing's working. That's how they feel. Nothing is working. They're even saying that out loud. And instead, it's about understanding from a much higher perspective what it takes to generate a business at this level. It actually requires you to handle your energy. So to handle the energy of that, where you're just frustrated and you can't see any results, rather than trying to stifle that and put it to one side and compartmentalize it, instead, feel it all. Feel the frustration. Give voice to the frustration. Go punch out a pillow or go for a walk and scream. Whatever it takes for you to start changing the energy around this and giving yourself permission to feel like that. Like that's the bit that is the unspoken bit. Like we're all supposed to always have it together. In fact, that isn't the case for most people. They experience doubt. They experience frustration and irritation. The ones that you see have launched and it all looks perfect, like it just hit the right target audience in the first millisecond. You are not seeing all the work that's gone before and all the handling of the energy that's gone before. So this is actually quite an uplifting experience when you go, okay, actually, I can keep having conversations, I can keep networking, I can keep connecting in with people who may be interested or may be able to help my product. But right now, what I need to do is handle me. And with that in mind, I am inviting you into something that I've created for just this kind of experience. I've created a course that I'm really excited about. It's not really a course, it's almost like an initiation process through this kind of experience. I've done many initiations in my life from a magical perspective and spiritual perspective. And I think of it as an initiation in business. It's like the rites of passage of business. Compass is the program where I am teaching for 3 months and I'm hand-holding entrepreneurs through this period. You'll probably already have your product. You are not a complete beginner. You've already got your product, you've already sent it out, you've probably invested in it or got investors into it. And then you're hitting this energy. And what happens when you shut down is the scarcity, the fear that comes rippling through your body and your essence then stops you from being able to continue to expand and continue to see opportunities that are around you. So I've created something, I invite you into it because I've been there. And because I've been there so many times and I know what it's like. And I'm trying to give you a heads up that this is actually the way it works, that you will hit that. But the key thing is not to think about what to do. How do I resolve this problem? The key thing is to work on your energy and your energetics. And that's really the focus that I'm giving. Rather than working on the business, I'm working on the business owner. And for you, it will be 3 months. I'm doing it at a very exciting price. Normally I am more expensive, but in this case, I want to help you, people who have never really experienced working with a coach, what it's like. Even hearing this information today may have given you a little uplift, but imagine walking with somebody who has already launched many products and programs and events, giving you this insight while you're building, while you're doing things. It really is the difference between making it or making it in a fabulous way. I bring the fabulous to your life. And I'm inviting in 6 people right now. during the planting season to work in time with the moons and the astrology and the seasons and the business plans and all of the launching, to work with me, and it will be $777 a month. That's £777. You can pay in one go, and I will give you 10% off if you do that. But if you are interested, I invite you to book a call with me. My Calendly link is available for you who just want to go and book a call, and we can talk about your idea. And already, I promise you, you'll feel better. You'll feel better even with the conversation. And then you see whether you feel like you want to work for 3 months. And I'm so excited about it. I wish I was offering this to me when I've been going through all these different launches, which have done my head in. And so I'm offering it to you with a level of knowledge, awareness, and excitement, knowing that you will come out the other side, and that the piece that you need to bring in right now is trust.